Welcome to the Connectable podcast.
The Connectable podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
Now it's doing a new thing where when it says recording in progress and a thing pops up on my screen. And like,
well, it's
no
that somebody's recording something. It's a good.
And her voice always.
Dang. Why is it that the guest is teaching you how this thing works?
Because
this is
she's
you know
new.
what I mean?
I had to talk her into getting an iPhone.
I know.
I made her get one,
And
and now
have a
she has a
MacBook.
MacBook because she needs to get into the iWorld because she was not, and it was all bad. She was green, and we can't have green.
Oh no, I know. I've done what is this? Almost 3 years of this nonsense. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I had to stop.
I got
Thank
the
you.
camera. I got the MacBook for Josh, and so I'm going to bill him for because it's a new camera.
Yeah, and it's going to go straight to the shredder, just so you know. So anyways, today we have an awesome guest, one of our fan favorite or show favorites as a fan. I don't know how you want to say it, but she's been a huge supporter of our show. And my favorite part of just who she is that like she likes when I make fun of Deb. Other people are like, are you serious? Are they trying to figure out if I'm joking? You haven't even asked that question. You're like, I don't care if he's serious. I find it funny. And I love that about you.
You got to keep the conversation going.
Yeah, exactly. And look at, all she does is laugh. It's like, not like she doesn't get offended. So it's like, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Nicole Scott, what's going on?
Not a whole lot.
We're
partaking in good times.
I'm glad you guys clink glasses. There you go. Anybody who's just listening, you know what's going on right now. You heard the glasses.
Yes, the clink.
Absolutely.
She asked me to be on this, and I told her, okay, I have the disclosure of my language, the disclosure of I'm coming to your house, and I'm going to spend the night because we're going to partake in alcoholic beverage. So it's all good.
Go.
You get me. I apologize right now.
No need to apologize, but everybody who's listening to this, you have been warned ahead of time. Before anything happens, you will see the explicit tag on this episode, and now you know. So it's all good.
Yes.
So as you know, Nicole, we always like to start off the show by talking about, honestly, I was going to spend the first 5 minutes just making fun of Deb, but it's going to happen the entire episode. So I'm not going to do it. Deb rolled her eyes like, how could you? Come on, Deb. Come on. What'd you expect? Okay, first of all, maybe, you know what?
We were going to talk about travel stuff.
But I can tell you that in the whole travel idea of our top 5 travel things.
Yeah.
She was going to be my travel buddy, and then freaking COVID hit, and then everything got shot to shit. And now,
that's a bummer.
I know, and I had it all planned out. Like I had everything dialed in, and then
she was gonna make me take weird pictures on the side of the road.
You're giving.
I'm giving away.
You're giving it away. That's part of my whole bubble of crazy is.
Yeah.
I had a travel buddy while my daughter was in college, and when we agreed to do this whole traveling thing, I told her, when we go places, be prepared. And so it was bad. I made her in the middle of Montana driving down a road. It started to snow, and I made her get out on the freeway and do a snow angel so I could take a picture.
So that was going to be me. I was just going to be the stunt.
Yes.
The stunt doll. Just go do it. I'm going to take a picture.
So much fun. Yes.
That's awesome.
She'll get to that. She's going to get to all those.
We'll get to that. Okay, perfect. Well,
go ahead.
No, I love that. I thought you were gonna say that Deb flaked on you, and I'm like, yeah, I
wouldn't let her. No. Tickets purchased, plans were made. I just needed her body there. I was all ready to go.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sure at some point in the future that's gonna happen. You'll be making snow angels in the snow on the side of some random road. So Deb, let us explain to everybody a little bit about how we're connected. That's not kind of how we start off the show, right? Is like how we're connected to our guests. Take this one away.
Excuse me. If I do that a lot, it's because I'm coming off a cold, not COVID. So I just have to make that.
If she gets me sick, we're gonna fight. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
If you could fight on air, that would be really good for our ratings. So perfect.
We've never fought. Well, we had that one time where we didn't talk, but we never fight.
No.
Anyway, so I know Nicole.
Have it.
Yeah.
Totally honest. I apologize.
I've known Nicole for 8 years now, I think.
No, 9.
Okay,
10,
so
no.
basically when I moved to Sacramento about 8 and a half. we'll just say 8.5, split the difference. 8.5 years ago, when I moved to Sacramento, when I started working at Sheldon, I started coaching softball right away. And her daughter, so we've had Jessica Scott on the Combine podcast before, Character Combine. So Jessica was a sophomore. So Jessica was like, what, 16 when I first started working there. And Nicole is a booster mom. And so that's just
that mom.
She's in charge of everything. That's just kind of how we met. And I went through a rough patch in my marriage, and I've shared a bit about, going through a divorce on this show before. She took me in like a stray dog, basically.
She started my land of strays.
So
I've heard about that. Yeah. I think we've talked about that before, haven't we?
Yeah. I was like, I remember we talked about roommates one time, and I said, I moved in with Nicole and I started her.
And she would have lived with me forever, but her dog hated my dog, and we had to end.
Oh, that can happen. That's a bummer.
I had to break that lease with her early. I had to go find my own place. I'm like, Molly does not like
Molly
your dog
trying
at
to kill,
all.
and for no reason. Molly just hated her.
So
the stepkids weren't getting along, so it broke up the relationship. Yeah.
Relationship was good,
but
the kids were not playing well. So
the freaking kids.
They always ruin everything.
Yeah.
So that's and then thus it blossomed a friendship, and since I started working at Sheldon, we've been friends, and that's how I know.
We had a minor break, and then I had
a minor breakup.
We had a minor breakup, not a full breakup, just we needed a little space, and then I told her she needed to stop and get her head out of her ass, and now we're friends again. And we're friends.
Hey,
we'll skip all the drama.
Yes.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Hey, there's probably a good lesson in there for somebody. It's like, hey, just be blunt and be straight up, and then that solves a lot of issues, I think. So that's good.
Oh yeah, that's when we started our beer dates. So
Jesus,
that was. I love the story.
Chili's, that was our claim to fame.
Yeah. So I've known you for almost a decade. So that's how we know Nicole. And then thus Nicole is brought on here because she's a fan of our podcast and likes when you make fun of me. So now she's here.
That's why I like her.
Junkie. It's bad.
She'll send me. So for our listeners, if you don't know how involved Nicole is, she will just randomly send me messages or texts just commenting on, will you put your damn mic down, or if
you say like one more time, I'm going to stab you in the throat. Stop it. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm listening to you, and you said like 27 times. Stop it.
She'll just say that, like, she'll just give me some critiques, or she'll tell me something was funny or whatever. So,
oh God, when you guys did your first top 5 or 3 or no, the pet peeves. Oh my God.
That's a popular
fantastic. That I was cracking up, and I was just shooting all her pet peeves to her, and she's like, okay, what are you talking about? And I'll do that. That was
Thank you. That is one of our more downloaded episodes.
Oh my gosh,
sure. People like that one. And you're right. Like when you think about the pet peeves, like I think even afterwards we're like, you know what? I could do like a whole like another 15. Like you just think of more pet peeves. You know what I mean?
Extra money.
No, we want to do a pet peeves 2.0 or part 2, right?
Oh yeah.
Talked about.
Deb, I have like, we could do like 5 pet peeve episodes. I have so many right now.
We need to have me and your brother on, and that would be golden. I'm sure we would get along because he is funny.
I think you would get along really well with Jordan.
Yeah.
I think you would love that.
He is a funny guy.
I don't know. We may not be able to do that though, Deb, because that might just be the end of you and I on this podcast.
That's gonna be Josh and I in the background just sitting and laughing.
Pretty much.
That's what I do when Jordan comes on. I'm usually just sitting back and laughing. And funny. I'll say a word here and there, but with Nicole and Jordan,
God,
I for sure am not gonna.
With his laugh and my cussing would be golden.
We'll have to make. I'll let him know. It's like, hey man, you've been requested. I love that. That's awesome. So wait, let me ask you this. So you said you're a huge podcast fan.
Yes.
Besides this one, what is your favorite?
Well, let's just say I'm a true crime junkie. I'm one of those.
Okay, one of those.
I love me some Joe Rogan.
Rogan's good, yeah.
Kids laugh at me because he's my go-to just because I love how he interviews.
Yeah, he's great.
I've just started binging Dateline, which I didn't even know was a podcast.
I didn't know that either.
I know it's terrible. Don't do it. It's all bad. It's on Spotify. My kids made me join Spotify, and then I joined Spotify, and then I found all this. Oh my gosh. And I was just telling her about it, called Dr. Death. That one's terrifying.
I want to listen to that one.
I have so many.
I've heard of that one. Yeah. I'm not, I can't get into the crime ones. Like I just listen to I listen to a lot of comedian podcasts.
They say, well, I do that too, but they say that true crime is mostly for women. Like
So they say.
totally.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why do we like it
Because
so
we're
much?
twisted.
Because we're
I
crazy.
told you, women are crazy. I talk to my son all the time. Women are crazy. Yes.
That's why
We-
we like it. I listen to Strictly Stalking every day on the way to work.
I got her involved in it. Well, because you have to know. People
It's like it's just mind blowing some of the things I hear, and then I'm like, oh, what's the next one going to be about?
see.
And I
So,
try to
okay.
Yes, it's terrible.
Yeah, we're just crazy.
Mhm.
So Nicole tried to give you the benefit of the doubt because Nicole's like, you got to know. I really doubt that's why you're listening. Like, you're not listening to educate yourself, are you?
No. Oh God, no.
As I'm like, Deb's like, no, not at all.
See how twisted people are, because then it makes us
Exactly.
feel like we're
Yeah.
not ourselves. Because then we're not totally crazy. There's crazier people out there.
Well, now and then I walk around saying that person, that person.
Makes you spatially aware.
I got my head on a swivel.
Yes.
Makes sense. There you go. It has some benefits to it. I can't get into it. Like I said, probably because I'm not a woman, but I've never been interested. I think when Serial first came out, someone
Oh,
Yes.
Cereal. That's a good
Serial,
one.
someone tried to put me on that, and I'm like, I just want to go back to a comedian talking nonsense. Like I can't do this. You know what I mean?
Now Serial's good, but see, now I listen to the counterpart that thinks that Syed was guilty. That's a whole nother. It's drama. It's
So
fun.
yeah, podcast
There's
about
drama.
podcasts.
There's
It's drama within the
world.
podcast world, and they all get on each other, and it's fantastic. And it's never mind.
It's
There's so many.
we
it's
could talk
bad.
about this forever.
Oh yeah,
so.
this is a whole. You want to do a top
Oh.
5 podcasts? I couldn't even pick because I listened to so many.
Oh, I'm with you. We'll have to do, Nicole, if Deb ever flakes on me again, which
Okay.
you will,
Well.
we can do a top. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we can do a top 5 podcast episode together.
Okay, I'm down.
Perfect.
I'll have to come over here.
I
and-
want to be part of that.
No.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Can you imagine? So you still do it at Deb's house, but Deb's not invited, and then you see Deb in the background walking around, like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?
I have all the stuff to
Get
get
out of
in.
here!"
It gives me
What are you guys
access. That's her fault.
Yeah, you just wave her off like one of your kids, like, "Hey, get out of here! I'm working." You know what I mean?
Exactly. Go
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, go do something.
else to do. I'm working.
Go play outside. Yeah.
See, if you see YouTube right now, you'll see me posted right there. Then watching.
Oh,
One Tree-
God.
watching
Watching-
One Tree Hill on the TV right there. I'll just have that in the background.
No.
to
Oh,
distract.
then I
It's
might
either
shoot
that
myself. That'd be
Or the
brutal.
freaking Kardashians. Yeah.
I've talked about the Kardashians on this show before.
Oh, we know.
Okay.
Our audience knows. Everybody. Yeah. Jordan's like, again, the Kardashians. Like, I know, man. I don't know what to say. She loves them.
It's awful. Yes, and she was like, you'd go into her room because she also
Mhm.
was roommates with my daughter.
Right.
For some unknown
He
reason.
said, right. He knows. They
Yeah.
know all my. They know everything. They know
No,
everything. Social Security on this show.
Okay.
I tell them
Well,
everything.
she
So
does. It's
I
like,
had-
oh, I have to
I had a
protect
key to the
herself.
house, so
Yeah.
I would walk in and go upstairs, and she'd be sitting on her couch or bed watching.
And then I'd just be laughing. Like, what are you watching?
Why
The
are you watching it?
Kardashians.
And
They're
every other
hilarious.
thing is beep because it's not on TV that you can cuss.
Right.
It's beep, 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 beep. I'm like, why? It's good. It's funny. I'm like, you're broken. You are so broken. It's not funny. It's annoying.
Can you do that impression of her again? That was awesome. Like, it's good. It's funny. That was, I don't know.
Oh, it's a hot mess.
Deb, I don't even know why you're here tonight, to be honest with you. I feel like
It's normal.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
You
that's
should
right. It's your house. I
have to
forgot.
Join us at Chili's because
Yeah.
that's when it gets good.
Oh, I have no doubt. I
Chili's
follow you guys on Instagram. I see some of the craziness. You know what I mean? It's like the tip of the iceberg. You know what I mean? I'm sure it gets way better from there.
Well,
Chili's.
Oh God,
Yeah,
then you
Chili's.
saw the whole when I was in Mexico with Jen, my cousin.
Yeah, we were talking about a little bit our common connection. I don't know Jen very well, but she was connected to my former boss, and they were friends and all that. So I've met her a couple of times, and then I saw, like, once you and I started following each other, you were on vacation, and there she was. I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, you guys had a good time. You're dancing and
Oh my gosh.
There's a good segue.
Dude,
Yeah.
have you ever done the solo dance up thing?
The silent disco.
Silent disco. Have you ever done that?
no, absolutely not. I've seen it.
Okay, I am old. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
So we're on this fabulous trip in Mexico. Segue to our wonderful trips. This is one of them.
Talking about travel today. Go.
So we're in Mexico and we're trying to find something to do and eat because it's a resort. So there's all kinds of different like sections. Like you can go draw on a hat, or you can go eat something, or you could go to this little bar on the corner section. So
We
we
have
were
like activities for you.
yeah, old people had activities, and then
Like an old person.
oh god, they had the old people section.
Like bingo at 2. Yeah.
We ventured to the kids side for about 45 seconds, and I was like, okay, I'm out. We gotta go. So we go back to the old people side, and we're seeing people walking around with the headphones that are all lit up, and I was like, what are they doing? And she's like, oh, it's music in your head thing, and yeah, and you gotta. What's wrong? Am I too loud? I apologize.
Good.
Okay.
I thought I heard something in the background at my house.
Okay. Oh, what is wrong?
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's enough. Thank you.
He's like, I'm out.
Too many stories already. So we're listening. So we see the people with the headphones just like yours, and they're
Yeah.
lit up. And she's like, I said, we're not doing that. That's stupid. They look really ridiculous. We're not. And she goes, no, let's try it. And I'm like, eh. So she's like, we're gonna try it and just see. If it's stupid, we'll give it back. So we go and get the headphones. That was the most fun. Now, mind you, we are in Mexico.
Yeah.
There is a current hurricane happening. It's hotter than shit.
Yeah.
It's so humid. You walk outside and you're drenched. We are sweating profusely through all of our clothes, dancing like idiots. And then we got in trouble because we decided it was really hot. So then we were going to go jump in the pool, and the pool closed at 10 and it was 2 and we got kicked out.
You're like, but it's hot.
It was so hot. We just wanted to jump in the water.
Like, what were they going to expect it was going to happen? You know what I mean? It's like,
You didn't go to jail there though.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't go to
What?
Mexico.
that's good. I'm glad.
That was another trip to Mexico. Right. Almost went to Mexico jail. That was another story.
I'm not familiar with it, but I've heard it's not a good place to be.
Oh, it's so fun. No, I didn't want to go to Mexico jail.
No,
So that was another one.
that's awesome. So let me ask you this before, like, you start telling more of your stories. So you love to travel. Have you always loved to travel, or is it like at what point did you realize that you love traveling?
Okay.
Or how did you start traveling?
Well,
Yeah.
this is terrible. So growing up, my mom and her husband would go, and they would always leave us. Like they would go to Michigan, and my sister and I were at home by ourselves, or they'd go on all these trips and we never went. And then my dad, when I think I was 16, was like, we're doing a big trip because mom and dad were divorced. Dad's like, we're going to go and do this huge trip. There were like 20 of us to Hawaii. And I was like, okay, whatever, we're going. And that was kind of interesting. I really honestly, when my daughter started playing travel ball, I was that mom because I needed to be there. And I own my own business. So I set my own schedule.
Mhm.
I got to make my own pay, however much I wanted to work was how much I made. So I was able to do that. So, she was 12 years old and I went to Alabama. Like we traveled all over the place. So it was I don't know. I think that was where it started. And then I realized that I wanted to hit every state. And
Oh, nice.
I almost have.
How many are left, and which ones?
I know the Carolinas are left. New York is left. That is on my bucket list.
Oh, interesting. So I always feel like the big states would be, ones that are already checked
Oh
off.
no, I've been to fucking Pocatello, Idaho too many times. Let's get this shit. It was awful, but yes, that's another story.
It's awful.
Oh my God.
Is that a softball tournament or what?
God's green earth needs to go to Pocatello, Idaho 3 times.
Oh, geez, 3 times. You can just tell by the name. No offense to that. I hope we don't have any listeners there.
How do you say it?
Pocatello, Idaho. No, I went twice.
Pocatello.
Pocatello, Idaho.
my
It's
God.
2
times too many.
Was it for softball?
Yes, because she was a part of Big Sky. So we went to Portland and Colorado and Pocatello, Idaho. I got to go to Montana. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, that was all during college, but growing, like when she was, oh my gosh. Because, and then even with you guys, we went to LA with
When
high
she
school.
was, she was on Sheldon.
We went to, we traveled even with high school. And then, it was crazy. It was nuts. But I was that mom. I was always involved, always there. So I went to all of her travel when she was younger. And then when she hit high school or college, oh my gosh, then it was game on. Went to one. I decided I was going to do a couple. They started off in Hawaii and I didn't go. Thank God. What a ton of money, and it stormed the whole time. So I was like, this is why I'm not going. You got rained out. Thank God. I saved thousands of dollars. It rained. But then I decided I was going to go to, okay, so this is where my story starts. This is a good one.
Perfect.
I have a travel buddy, my friend Stacy, and we're parents. Both of us decided that we didn't want to be friends with everybody because parent drama in sports, parent drama in sports.
Oh yeah.
Parents can make or break. And I was like, I'm not getting involved. I don't want to have any friends. I just want to sit by myself. I made friends with Stacy.
Yeah.
And we decided we were going to go to Southern Utah. Well, we didn't realize that you needed to fly into Vegas to get to Southern Utah. So we flew in to Salt Lake and had to drive through the whole state. It was stupid. It was a 3-hour trip. We were in a Toyota Yaris. It was the biggest storm, and it looked like we were going to the black hole of hell because it was just. I said, "We're gonna fly away. This freaking car is gonna take off." It was so windy. But this is my first picture with her. We had to get gas, and we stopped at a gas station. And there was this giant rocking chair. I said, I need a picture of you. She said, oh no. She went to open her door. I thought she was going to fly away. The door slammed open and she was hanging on to the side. Almost took off.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
I made her get in the chair and I took a picture from the rocking chair. Her hair is like, everything is, it was hysterical. It was
oh my gosh.
And that's where it all
started. Oh my gosh.
These are the things she was going to make me do.
It was
so it would have been you flying away in the rocking chair.
Oh my God.
Go do that thing. I'm going to take a picture
so
of you.
Funny. But then we got to the game and her coach was a total butthole. And I told my daughter, I'm not missing one more game because I can't stand her and I need to be there. So from then on, we never missed a game. We went to every single game that she had anywhere she was. And it was so fun. We found out that in Utah, where we were was it wasn't necessarily a dry county, but we would partake in beverage, shocking.
Sure.
And we would find the little local breweries
and
we land. Oh, we have to start off. Okay, let me start this. Okay. So when we would travel, it was always for 2 days. So you leave on Friday and we take the first flight out and then you get to the airport. And you have to have a Bloody Mary because you have to.
Yeah.
And then you get on the plane and then they because where we would fly, we would always fly these random, and then they would give you free beer because they do. Then we would take it. And then we would get there, of course, sobered up, get in and drive to wherever her game was. And then we'd find the little brewery of the local college.
Yeah.
And we have a beverage. And then we go to the game. And then my daughter would pretend she doesn't know me. Because you're a little intoxicated when we get there. And we pregame we pregame with beer. Others would pregame with other stuff, which was more than we could handle.
Sure.
So then we pregame it in the parking lot and we go in, and because they're in college, like we didn't get to do this when they were kids. And you got to it's the whole thing. Anyone who has kids that's doing sports, suck it up, do the travel shit. But then when they go to college, game on for parents. You get to do whatever you want. It is freedom. You get to go and drink, and it's fantastic. And then you get to enjoy and not have to take them, or they're you don't have to worry about them.
It's just like the fun stuff, right? You get to watch
they go with their team, and you don't have to be responsible. It's fantastic.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh, it was great. And then we would get
I feel like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I feel like this could be like one of those ebooks for parents that you sell on Amazon, where it's just like
I can tell you how to do it.
Like a guide.
how to get your kid there, make them work their ass off, be their driver, don't critique them. And then I will tell you how to do it as an adult because shit is so fun.
Like chapter 12, this is like, just goes crazy. I'm just saying.
We tell you, when you're in Montana, no, when you're in Colorado, you have to be aware of the altitude because we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We've had brewery and we had 2 beers. So I have 2 beers, then we go to the game and we just walk to the game. Dude, we could barely walk. I thought Jessica was gonna disown me. We could barely walk into the game. We were so shit-faced.
Off 2 beers.
It was so bad. We didn't know the altitude made you that. Oh, it was bad. It was a good time.
That's funny. So that's basically part of like Jessica's travel plans too. It's like, okay, get my gear, make sure all my stuff's packed. And then when I get to the destination,
Mom,
like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there's mom coming out.
We always came in when they were singing the national anthem. Go the Sac State. It was terrible. She wanted to kill me. Oh,
That's
God.
so funny. That's awesome. You have a good time though. Like you said, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just curious. I have a bunch of like travel questions. I don't travel a whole lot, but
You
so
got
like,
just wait.
yeah, it will happen one day. But
Oh yeah.
as far as like you picking a travel buddy, like
Mhm.
that's kind of a big deal, right? Because you have to have the right person to
huge.
go with. Otherwise,
Dude, if they
you know
snore,
what I mean?
oh,
Snore.
I went with a snore. I wanted to stab her in the throat. That was one night. I was the first question I asked her, do you snore? Because if you do, we have to break up.
I just want to point this out too, that this is the second time you mentioned about stabbing someone in the throat. So
Listen, true crime. It's okay.
I get it, Deb. I appreciate you trying to defend your friend, but I'm just saying this is gonna be like used as evidence one day. You know that, right?
I'm not a violent person. I just use vulgar, violent words. Oh,
Hey, I just want to make it very clear. I like you a lot. Don't come after me.
He's like, please don't stab me.
Yeah, we're cool.
never. We're good.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. But no, snoring would be tough. Like you try to sneak those right, the sleep right strips on their nose in the middle of the night.
It was, and I asked her, I said, do you realize how bad, like you have full on sleep apnea. You need to go to the doctor. It's terrible. It's
Wait,
bad.
So that was the first time you traveled with that person.
And it was one time and it was high school and I was,
Was it the first and last?
yes. Oh my God. I thought I said, how are you married? Do you sleep in the same room with this man? He must really love you because I can't ever travel with you again.
Or he snores louder. Like if he snores louder, that's like, what's a match made in heaven? You know what I mean?
Oh God, their walls.
It sounds like, like a couple of like pianos battling, in the middle of the night.
Oh yes. And that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, my friend Stacy and I, she was so cool. She was a roller derby lady. Oh, so she was a bad bitch. She was cool as shit. And I was never scared because I'll say it, but I was the mouth and she was the muscle and she was about 5'2". So she was a little spitfire. I'm
sorry. Hold on. So while you can't just drop a roller derby bomb on us and not think we're not going to talk about that. So wait, was she actively doing roller derby while you guys? Okay.
Oh, she was crazy. I loved her. I love her so much. Yes, she was.
There we go. Enough said.
As soon as she told me she did roller derby, and then she's a bad bitch.
She was gonna replace her.
I know. But then she walked her. So I thought if my mouth gets in trouble, she's kind of a little bit active. She might.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. But is that like too much freedom though? It's like, she's here. I can say whatever I want and do whatever I want. Like, sure, I'll jump in the pool again at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Be a little bit more careful. With Stacy, I was golden. Oh, dude, we were in Portland. This is a great story. So we're in Portland and we're at this little local bar because the school stays there was too rich for our blood. So we had to stay at other places and we stayed, it was called what was it called? Mm-mm. The M-Star Motel. Now,
okay. Well,
so scary sound, but
yeah,
it was they were like little bungalows in Portland, and it was the coolest thing. We had our own little spot, and we room shared because we saved every bit of money we could. That's why we have a Yaris because it was like $10 a day,
which are tiny. I've been in it. I went from Sacramento to LA.
Luggage in the back. We had to put one in the back seat.
Yeah.
Because it was so small.
I went to LA with a couple of friends of mine, and one of my best friends is a big Fijian guy. I mean,
Oh.
he looks like an offensive lineman. And we were renting this car. It's like, yeah, let's get a Yaris because we knew it was cheap. It's
People
like
didn't drive with him.
they pulled around the sides. Like, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't realize this was gonna be the case.
They're like 3 cylinders.
Yeah.
You have to gun it, here they go. And yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
Sorry, go
not
ahead.
over.
Yeah.
Oh God. So anyway, so we're in at the M Star Motel. And if we walked down the street, there was this cute little bar. So we were like, okay, let's go have a beer. Well, it was pool night or something. I don't know. They had this pool competition or whatever. So we're
Sure.
sitting in the back, and this is how stupid I am. I get myself into trouble all the time. So there's this girl who's playing pool. And when she would bend over, her whole butt crack underwear, it was all showing. It was all bad. And I couldn't help myself. I am not shitting you. I will show you over 4,000 pictures on my phone. I am a picture junkie along with my podcast.
I believe it.
Pictures of everything. So this lady's bending over, and I was like, I have to get a picture. I have to. You can't make this shit up. It
I
was.
think you sent that picture to me.
I'd send it to everyone because it was awful. This
Sure.
giant ass. It was disgusting. And she's leaning over and acting like she's all. Oh, she was gross. And she had like a little tube top and her fat, and it was just a whole thing. It was fantastic. So she's leaning over to shoot the pool. So I couldn't take a picture, and my flash was on.
Oh no.
So Stacy, whenever she poses, so that she could act like I was taking a picture.
That's a good friend.
She's a great.
That was a good save.
It was
Did
so.
your clicker-
It was.
You know,
so
some people
funny.
have the ching ching. The
Oh
sound
no,
on.
bitch! I had full flash.
Oh, my God.
That's what I can picture you like the old school cameras with like handheld flash and just like.
I mean, light up the whole.
Oh
room.
my gosh.
It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh! She's like, if you're gonna do that, you have to turn the flash on. I was like, I don't know how to do it. I just took a picture.
That's a good
So-
time. Quick to think of that. And then quick-
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So did
Yeah.
the woman notice at all? Did she turn around or
Oh yeah,
Was
everyone did. It was bright. The whole room lit up. It's a dark bar.
it's a bummer?
Oh my God. Yeah, that was.
There's one of many parts of her travel story.
It was bad.
Oh, I bet. Well, that's good though, because if people know you and they're going to travel with you, they just know. It's like,
Oh,
this
they
is what
know.
you're
It's
signing up
all-
for.
Yes, I can get us into lots of trouble.
Yeah. It's like you sign the permission slip and now whatever happens, happens.
There's always a disclosure, and I am the one to say, okay, let me explain.
What
This could
happened?
all go bad. In a
That could
moment.
be a teach. That's probably should be your Instagram bio. Just like, let me explain.
Yes.
Let me
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yes.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I'm a mess, but it's fun. I enjoy.
It sounds
everything.
fun. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's the point of those travel trips, right? It's like, yeah, you get to see all of these amazing places and do fun
my
things,
God.
but like it's the stories like that make vacations so much fun. Like I think about all these family trips that I've gone on, and it was never like it's like sure it's great to go to like Hawaii, right? But it was like, oh, do you remember the plane ride to Hawaii and how this happened and how it was crazy?
Oh yeah.
Like that's the best part of it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
Well,
about my memories.
and you went to Disneyland just recently, right? Or no, Disney World.
Disney
World.
World.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That was better than you thought it would be.
This is the disclosure.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I am not a fan of Disneyland. I am not a fan of children. I don't want to go places where they're screaming and crying and being forced to do stuff that's the funnest place on earth. No, it's not. It's awful.
She's Cruella in the Grinch.
I am.
combined.
It was, oh God.
Let me ask you this. How many times did you want to stab someone in the throat?
Actually, only one time.
Oh, really?
Because it was off season.
Okay.
The clothes weren't open for 27 hours. They were only
Sure.
it was very short. And so
Yeah.
kids couldn't get tired. And Disney is like, okay, they need to help the world out. Because I'm telling you, going to Disney World, the way they have the roads, the way they have this little thing that you wear on your wrist and you click it on stuff, and everything there's an app and
Organized.
my sister and her husband, I am telling you, they are Disney freaks.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law knows the park like the back of his hand. My sister is a total geek techie. She had like, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. I'm like, okay, coffee. Are we gonna drink coffee like sometime today? It's 6 a.m. and I mean, we ran to. It was game on. But I can tell you, Disney World was amazing. I got to go spend 6 days with my nephews. It was a really,
That's awesome.
really good time. I was shocked because I was dreading screaming children and lines and
And I was trying to tell her there's beer there. It's fine. You'll be
no, there's beer at the one where you get to try all the food and stuff.
fine. Oh,
What's that one?
I don't know.
Epcot or something. I don't know.
Oh, Epcot. I've never been there, but I think it's Epcot Center.
I don't know. We went to so many places in such a short amount of time. My mind was blowing up. Okay. But if you're going to go, you have to go to Discovery Kingdom.
Okay.
That was the greatest one. Because there was this little itty bitty tiny baby. There was a little a monkey was born and he was so cute. And he was 4 months and he had just
Oh, that's
found
cool.
his feet, and he was eating his feet. And then he stood up and then he landed on the window and then he was licking the window and he was cute. Oh,
I saw that on your story.
He was
That was
cute.
Yeah.
He
cute.
was so cute.
That's very cool.
That was cool. Like I could live at Discovery Kingdom. That the animals, the people, that was, but
That's
that
cool.
was the place when I wanted to murder a child. That was the one. I was like, oh my God. Well, and it was,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a lot. That was a lot. There were screaming kids everywhere. But other than that, all the other ones were fun.
Well, it's one of those things that I'm starting to learn this now, being a parent on the earlier side. Yeah, no. That's how I say it. I think it's interesting because I feel like you hear like people that don't have kids like lose their mind at those places, but then I feel like the people that really lose their mind are other parents that disagree with how the other parents are handling things. You know what I'm saying?
What?
And you know what I mean? Like I've heard, like my mom too is like, she's like, that's awful parenting. It's like I wouldn't have done that.
Well, okay. So
You know what I mean?
my sister made us go when my son was little.
Yeah.
And this is why I say it is because I've done it.
Sure.
And when your kids, you'll learn as they grow up, when they're
Yeah.
with Auntie, they're a whole different breed of child. But then when mom shows up, they become assholes and they scream and they cry. And it's like, seriously, I want to have fun with you. And my son just had a full-blown meltdown. I carried him through the entire Disneyland from wherever the hell we were, all the way to that, screaming his mind off. I said, I will never do this again. He was 2. I was like, I'm never, this is stupid. Why are we doing this? This is dumb. I don't even know why we're here. It was awful.
Why.
That
Yeah.
was it. I was like, and I haven't been back. I can't stand it. And then
so-
these dumbasses decide, we're going to go to Disneyland. We're going to take your daughter. I'm all, peace. I'm not going. You
Yeah.
guys are crazy.
we went, me, Deb, Jamie, we took Jessica.
My daughter, she's all, you guys are going? I want to go. I'm like, have
She
fun.
came with us.
Send her off. Yeah.
The crazy story with that one, Josh, is my daughter texts me, Mom, can you tell Deb to calm down? And I'm like, okay, what's going on?
This sounds like an awesome story.
She's acting like she's my mom. She's leading me wherever I go. If I lose
Oh,
you,
no.
Mom's gonna kill me. You have to stay in front. And I'm like, she goes, Mom, I am 22 years old.
Don't care. You're a child at 22.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
I'm 30 plus. No.
Hold on. Did you, I have to ask, because like if Jordan's listening to this, which I know he is, and Jordan, watch whatever time it is, watch this part, because Nicole grabbed the back of Deb's elbow, and I've made fun of so many people that do that. Did you really do that?
I
You know what I
did
mean?
that when they were so,
Oh.
okay. It was the summer and it was so crowded. And there were times where I lost Deb and Jamie for a split second. I can't see them and Jessica's next to me and I grab her and I put her in front of me and go, walk. And mind you, I have a mindset of I was her coach. I was her teacher. I'm basically her older sister. So I am like all of that wrapped into one. So I'm like, I'm not going to lose. I would like grab onto her bag so I wouldn't lose her.
Why did you-
I'm losing you.
Mom, tell Deb I'm grown. It's fine. She doesn't have to lead me wherever we go.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Now, why didn't you just buy Jessica one of those like kids backpacks with like
Backpack
the,
with the
Oh, yeah.
little, yeah. It was
With
close.
the leash.
yeah, it would have been way easier.
Yeah, she felt like she was being leashed. It was just
I feel for her right now. I can just picture
it
it.
was great. It was great. And so then when we were in Disney World, I was doing that to her at just one point, just to kind of like, because it was crazy.
See?
We were leaving. So
You
I'm
just
like,
like
"Come on."
grab people.
She's all, "Quit treating me like Deb." And I'm like, "Oh my God." Well, I don't care if I lose you. You'll come back. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, Deb was worried about you.
Oh no, I don't care. Get in front of me. You're not gonna. Well, and that was the like I had never vacationed with Jess. We would
Yeah.
always do softball tournaments and stuff. So back then, and this was like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Back then I felt like, oh my God, like if I'm responsible for her. So like, cause she's my person. And so I was like, nope, I'm not losing
grown.
you.
She's fine.
No, she's not.
Oh my God. She's
If,
yes.
I just want to remind everybody that Nicole is Jessica's mom, not Deb. I feel like right now, if they were just jumping in right now, the lines could get blurred. Because I feel like Nicole's like, that's fine, let her go.
No, Jess
is the mom. We're the children. Just make
They're
that right. Oh,
perfect.
she's way more mature than we could ever be. It's bad.
That's why she was annoyed. She was
Yes.
like, I should be doing that to her. not
Yes.
the
Oh
other way
yeah.
around.
And yeah. Like I can't live with her because she always tells me what to do. I was like, I'll pay your bills outside of my house. You can't
Just
live
get
with
out. Just get out.
You have too many rules. I can't do that.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed your trip. I'm glad it wasn't horrible.
No, it was fun. It was a good time.
See, I like Disneyland a lot. I've never been to Disney World. I like Disneyland a lot. And I actually got spoiled years ago. I was in 6th grade. My family took a trip there. We went the week after Thanksgiving. And I don't know if anybody's ever gone, but it's dope because they have all of the Christmas stuff set up, which is cool. And no one's there. Our longest wait was maybe 10 or 15 minutes because no one's going to take a back-to-back vacation after Thanksgiving break. Right. So my mom did though. She's like, this will be awesome. And it was, we were there for 5 days and there was like literally no lines. You didn't have to rush because there was no need to. It was awesome. So now I'm married to a teacher. So those days are kind of over. Can't really do that.
Well, yeah. We went the
working.
week before Thanksgiving and my sister just pulled the kids out and I mean, because she's like tech savvy and we're going here. I mean, everything was planned out. Yeah. We didn't hardly wait. And when we did, oh my gosh, the stuff that you got to look at. I said, look at the posts that hold the line. It was unbelievable. The amount of detail, the ground, everything. It was everything was so cool to look at. You didn't even care about waiting. It was beautiful.
That's very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I almost thought about suggesting a Disneyland, like a Disney, like top 5 people you see at Disneyland or in theme parks, because I think that's a whole adventure.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I sat and people watched. It was good. Because they rode one ride that I couldn't ride because I was getting nauseous. And this woman sat down. Let me tell you. I learned that when we walked in, I was like, wow, this isn't such a diverse place. It's a little whitewashed here. There's a lot of white people. But then
surprising.
But then we went to Star Wars Land. Holy Mother of Pearl. I was like, oh, this is where everybody is. Everything, it was an abundance of everything. It was that's where everyone hangs out. So I sat down and this woman sat down across from me. She had to be, she's in one of those little go-kart things. So she had to be like in her probably 60, 70. Yeah. This woman had eyelashes that were bigger than her forehead. She had on so much makeup. Her nails were 47 long. They were so long. I was like, okay.
That's,
it was the greatest thing ever to sit and watch this woman sit and talk to her kids. It made my life. I was like, this is why I come to People Watch.
That reminds me, I don't know if you guys watched the Drew Carey show back in the day.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Remember Mimi? It sounds like Mimi. It sounds like Mimi.
The eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You saw Mimi. Yeah.
The makeup, she was done to the nine. Like this woman was dressed up. And I'm like,
it's Disneyland, Disney World.
And it's hot. It's so hot. And it was raining. And she was done. Yeah, it was impressive. It was good times.
There are a ton of those little the motorized scooters. They're now like I went with Rachel 4 or 5 years ago, and they were all over the place. And I remember, I'll never forget, we were in line for the Buzz Lightyear ride, and there was this dad who was in really good shape, and he had 2 sons. They were all dressed the same. Like it was a little creepy. They were all wearing the same sweatsuits, had the same haircut. They looked like little Nazis, but they're super in shape. And they saw a woman like weaving in and out of the line in her cart, and the amount of disgust that was on their face, like because she was not in great shape. They were in amazing shape, and they're just like, like every time she turned a corner, it's like I couldn't tell who I was more annoyed at, the lady who was taking forever going through the line, or these guys, because they had to react to everything. Because one of those things like, okay, guys, we get it. You're in great shape. She's not. You're annoyed. We get it. Like I have to be in this line for 15 more minutes with you. Come on. But yeah, lines are fun. Like if you let them.
But those people with the carts, you get behind them because they move the crowd.
It's like
follow behind them and they go fast because everybody moves out of their way, and then that's your straight shot through the crowd. Oh, you got to use that to your advantage.
That's a good point. You treat them like a fullback. Just let them clear the hole for you.
Yeah, they separate. Yeah, they what is it? Spread the water or whatever. Yeah. Part the seas. There you go.
Yeah.
It was coming. It was just stuck.
Yeah, split the liquid. Whatever you want to say is fine. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah. Sorry, Deb. I just keep talking. So I was joking about not wanting you here. I really do want you here. So what do you have for Nicole?
She's heard all these stories so many times because as soon as they happen, I'm like, oh my God, you won't believe what happened.
I don't have crazy stories. Like I'm telling you, she will call me randomly and say, guess what happened? Every single things happen to her. Mediocre things happen to me, mediocre. And then at best, maybe like once a year, something crazy happens. But I think something crazy happens to her.
It's every day, but it's crazy.
So on vacation, it like amplifies. So she has all these vacation stories.
So have you guys actually vacationed together, or because I know that it was supposed to happen, but like, other than softball tournaments, have you guys actually vacationed together?
We haven't, but we're going to. Is that true? We're going to.
She just told me the coolest story ever. Okay. So my top 5. So my softball crazy world.
Yes.
That's just an abundance of every state.
I'm sorry. I need to ask you. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you. I have to ask you this question because you listened to our pet peeves episode. We talked about this earlier.
Yes.
How do you feel about the people? Because I mentioned this is one of my pet peeves, like the people that at hotels walk barefoot or like in their pajamas throughout. It's gross, right? Am I wrong there, or is it weird to you? Oh, you do it?
She does it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dude, when you have to, not barefoot, no, slippers, but I will get up
that's fine.
in the morning, walk down, grab a bagel and a coffee, go back up. But see, you have to understand when you're with a team and they have to get up at ass crack 30 and you have to get them down there so that they eat something, and you just are like, I just need coffee. I don't care. Like, and then you have 5 minutes to get ready. You run down, but yeah, no, I don't do it.
She's not sloshing.
That's the part.
In her pajamas.
Yeah, I was like, ignore the pajama part. That was, I'm talking specifically like no shoes. Like, what are we doing here? No. It's gross, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay,
but
that's all.
On the flip, I'm a no shoe junkie. Like I mow my lawn barefoot. I don't wear shoes. I hate wearing shoes.
Oh, that's okay though.
That's
like your house. That's your place.
Yeah.
Even if you did it like at the street.
Public, yeah, no, that's gross.
Yeah, it's like I've seen people, multiple places. I'm like, this just seems gross to me. Yeah, I just don't trust the hotel. Like I'm sure it's a nice hotel, but still, you know what I mean? I don't trust the people that are staying there. I don't know what's on their shoes. So anyways, continue on. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had to know.
Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh, my 5. Okay. So
yes, softball.
Softball, that's its own little bubble. But then I've done like one of them, which my daughter told me, because I was like, okay, I'm going on Deb's podcast and I have to talk about, she goes, well, you have to talk about Mexico. And I was like, so I went to Mexico before my fun trip with Jen.
So it was a softball Mexico trip. I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Softball.
We went, to Mexico trips. See, so before we started the season, they told us that we were going to be going to Mexico, make sure that everybody gets a passport. Well, was really not very good in high school, and I skipped a lot of my geography class, so I didn't realize that New Mexico is not Mexico.
Oh my God.
So I had my passport from when we went to New Mexico, and I still have never lived that one down. So now I just have to laugh at myself.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. So at what point, like where was the first person like you presented it to?
My daughter, and she goes, why do you need your passport, Mom? We're going to New Mexico. And I said, well, I know we're going to Mexico. Don't we need
Like,
it?
no, New
She's
Mexico.
all, Mom, are you kidding me? We're going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I was like,
It's a state.
okay, don't we need it?
We still
Yeah.
need it.
It was all bad. And then they made me bring it. And then I had to take pictures with it when I was there because everybody teased me because she told the whole team and the parents, everybody knew
That makes sense.
the whole thing, but whatever. That was the whole thing, whatever. So yes, but then we actually went to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
And it's a whole like a tournament thing. And there was the moments when you should never partake in alcoholic beverage when you're angry. And I learned the hard way.
Okay.
Angry
Okay.
drinking. Dude, it took me how many years?
Let's just say this. Anytime since thereafter, if I'm with her and we're doing our Chili's date and I want a margarita instead of a beer, and I say, do you want a margarita? She goes, no, I do not want tequila. Keep tequila away from
I
me.
couldn't even
Like she
smell
didn't,
it
she
for
was
like
like
4 years.
she had-
Really?
could not have,
Oh.
she like tequila.
Interesting.
So my daughter's a catcher. So every single game, I sit right behind her. And I sit behind her because I can tell by her body language when she would get frustrated. And I have never played a sport in my life. I don't know. I am just the mom. I have zero athletic skills. I can't even walk and chew gum. Like the only thing I could do for sport wise is ride a stationary bike. That's it. Like, and then I try and run the dogs, but that's touch and go every day. It's all that. I can't do any sports. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. Like she's all, come to boxing. I'm all, absolutely not. I'll break something. I can't do that. I just watch.
Yeah.
So I always sat right behind her because with her body language, I could see when she would get frustrated, I could tell her to fix her face or I'd pick on her. And it was a whole thing that we did for years. So always, every game I show up, sit behind her. Well, we're in Mexico and I'm angry drinking and it was a whole thing. And I got oh God, it was so bad. So drunk. It was so bad. So bad. Don't ever do that, especially on tequila in Mexico, all that. So the next day we wake up and she comes into the room because I didn't make it to breakfast, which I always make it to breakfast. She's like, what are you doing? I couldn't even get out of bed. It was all bad. Well, they had a game. I don't miss a game. And the game.
How'd you get to the game?
The game was probably 100 feet across the street. You had to walk across the street and then the field is right there. So it took me probably 35 minutes to walk across the street. It was so bad. So sick. Oh my God, it was so bad. So I make it across the street, having to sit 14 times because I thought I was going to die. We get to the game and I couldn't go behind the dugout because I would have died. That was even further. So I just laid in the outfield. I actually bought a blanket and I laid in the outfield and I watched the game on my side. And my daughter is like, from behind,
throwing her hands up.
what are you doing? It was so bad. Oh my God.
Oh my
it was so bad.
gosh.
She thinks it's funny. So she made me tell that story. Whatever. Everybody knows about Mexico and it was all bad. In New Mexico, whatever. Whatever.
Wait, so did other parents see you? Like they just like step over you? It's like,
are you okay? I'm like, just please don't talk. Cause it was
like,
bad.
hey, Nicole, just walked right past you. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you okay? Yes. Fine. Just leave
That
me
was
alone.
that was how many years ago? Like 3 or 4. And she's just now able to like, okay, I'll have a margarita.
When we went to Mexico with Jen, it was the first time
that's right.
I was like, we did, what are those things with the crushed mint? Mojitos. We did those for like the first 2 or 3 days because I was like, I can't do tequila. And then she's like, just try it. So I did. And I made them create some fake to make the tequila not taste like tequila drink. So yeah. And we did not get drunk. We just had minimal beverage because it was,
And that was a few months
Ease
ago.
yourself back into it.
oh
Yeah.
God, it was,
Yeah.
bad. Oh, don't ever do that again. I was like, I am too old for this. What is wrong with me? Yeah, it was bad. I would learn my lesson, promise.
Yeah.
That's probably the longest game of your life, right?
Oh my gosh. And then I had to get up and walk
So what is
back.
it, the 21st inning? What inning is it right now? Yeah.
Right? And then because everybody knows I am a creature of habit. So the whole team kept running to the backstop or the back outfield fence going,
Yeah.
what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, just go away. Just get it. And then Stacy is with me because she's my ride or die.
Yeah.
Like, are you all good? And she's like telling everybody to leave me alone.
Leave
She
her alone.
had a couple too many. I'm like, shut up.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a few.
It was a good time. So that Mexico trip was good. But then we so my goal in life, because now I'm old and I'm single and I'm like, whatever, I am traveling. Because you asked me back in probably an hour ago, because I talk a lot. I apologize. You asked me.
No, you don't have to ever apologize for that. That's why we had you on. It's fun. I'm enjoying this.
I know.
Well, you asked me what brought traveling on.
Yeah.
Dad probably peaked it with going to Hawaii. That was fun. And then, oh my gosh. So this is a funny one. So not fun. Okay. So my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And every time she hit a stage of, okay, mom's good. So we do a big family trip, and then the mom's good. And we do a big family trip. Well, one of the mom's good, we did a big family trip. We went to Jamaica. Oh my God. That trip was, I have no words. Now, mind you, back then I was married to the biggest piece of crap in the world. He was so
That's
boring.
a different podcast, huh?
Yes. He was so boring.
With that title.
Yes.
Yeah. Biggest piece of crap, episode 55.
Yes,
Yeah.
crap. But my brother-in-law and I've known him. My sister and him started dating. I think we were talking about this at Christmas. I think I was 13 or 14. They started dating when I was in high school.
Okay.
So, and they've been together ever since. Well, so him and I are good friends. So we were like, okay, we went out the night before. My sister she's not, if you met her, you'd go, really? You guys are related? Not me at all. Complete polar opposite.
That's funny.
We got her a little intoxicated and she was done for the day. So she stood up in the room, read a book. So my brother-in-law and I are like, dude, hedonism is next door.
Okay.
We're going to go check it out. But the only way to get there was by going on a canoe. And I was like, let's go. So we get in a canoe. We go over there. Oh my God, it is not what you think. They are disgusting, gross, should not be naked people at all. It was the most, we were like, we turned around and went back. It was awful. They're playing volleyball. It was so bad.
Oh no.
So bad.
No.
It was.
Oh my gosh. That's
it
tough.
we were like, okay, and you could never unsee it because that was like 10 years
Oh
ago.
no.
You could still see it. It was awful. It was so bad.
That's game over.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a slow. It's not like you're in a cart where you could speed away.
Oh no!
That's
And
a
you're
slow
like,
canoe
oh
trip.
God, we gotta go. And you gotta earn it back. It was all bad. But you know what's so funny?
I'm sorry. I just can imagine like as you're canoeing towards this place, you're like doing this like one of the squints. Like, no, that can't be what we're seeing.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, those are wow. That's
Whoa, really?
not beautiful people that you think they're gonna be.
Like it's not like a TV, like
Well,
movie.
no, because I'm thinking, oh, hedonism, and it's like these, you're thinking of like, what's his name? Hugh Hefner, like you're thinking of
Oh, like the Playboy Mansion.
Playboy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
They were
It
not.
turned around fast.
It was awful. We were like,
Oh my gosh.
stretch your eyeballs out, gross. Yeah. And then this big guy's laying on a paddleboard, and he's like, oh, and I was like, oh my God,
Just-
do you have sunscreen on? I'm like, that was
Yes.
so bad. Don't ever do it. Trust me, learn from me.
No good hedonism, Josh.
It was awful.
No, I'm gonna
Don't
pass.
ever
No,
do it.
you did a good job. They're not gonna be thrilled with you about if they ever hear this.
No, I don't care. It was bad. It was not what I wanted to see some beautiful humans, and I did not.
No, you just saw humans. Maybe some weren't. I don't know. It sounds like it's questionable.
There was touch and go there. That was bad.
Oh my
But
gosh.
The funniest thing, there was one day, because I don't, again, absolutely no athletic ability. They all golf. So they all decided we're going to go golfing.
Okay.
So they have these cool hammocks. So I sat in a hammock, and that's when I was in my Harry Potter stage. So I was reading my Harry Potter, just having my moment all to myself. I had the whole day to myself.
You and
They
Harry.
back. Now, mind you, they're in Jamaica, which is third world country.
Mhm.
They come back. They were trying to shoot the golf balls around the cows and all of the animals, because they just have like livestock everywhere. They just kind of roam free, and they were everywhere. So it was entertaining.
Oh, that's awesome.
Listen to their stories of goats trotting across the golf course.
That was in Sandals, Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Was
that was
Oh.
we were in oh my God,
Jamaica.
what is it?
I don't know. There's different parts.
Name the main one.
I haven't, you know, it's funny. So I've been to Jamaica on a cruise and I have a coffee mug right over there and there's different, don't want to look at the states
No,
on there. Or
it's fine.
different-
We're in
Please don't.
No, it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, it was fun though. It was a good time. We were at Sandals next to Hedonism. There you go. It was, if you want to Google it, there you go. It was bad. Don't go.
And if you think Nicole's a liar and you want to test the waters yourself, you've been
Go.
warned. You've
And
been
let me
warned.
know. Please give me an update as to what you've discovered, because it wasn't what I did. What I was thinking.
She'll be waiting with I told you so. And we
Yes,
should have done
right.
better.
Right? So anywho, so now to my main part. So my big travels, because now I'm a world traveler. We're planning a trip to Europe.
Ooh, okay.
This is going to be my Connectable thing. I'm going to give you my travel agent's information because God love her. Connie's my
Oh,
favorite person in the whole world.
Okay.
Because I partake in the alcoholic beverage. The place that we go and do trivia at, one of the moms is a travel agent, and she was telling me about all the places that she goes. And I was like, oh, I want to go. And she's like, well, we're planning this trip. It's going to be, we're hitting 7 countries in 12 days. And we're starting in Amsterdam. And
Okay.
then we're going to get on a boat and we're going to travel down the Rhine River. Now, mind you, I skipped that geography class. I had to Google it because I don't know what that was. And then I had to Google all the places that we're going to go because I didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
And we're going to hit all these places. And it's like this cool, amazing trip that I've been planning, God, forever.
Yeah.
Probably 8-10 months. We've been planning it.
wow.
Going with me. I'm making her go with me.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I just found out today.
Now I'm going.
Hey, that's awesome. Very cool.
She was able to make it work. Connie had 2 people
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah.
And so she swooped in and she's going to be
I've never
one
been
of
to
my
Europe.
travel buddies.
I'm excited to see my people because when I
Oh, that's
No, because my number 1 travel, which is what we're doing next year sometime.
this is
is-
gonna be
This is our people. We're going to go to Ireland.
oh, awesome.
I see
Very cool.
Yes, because
If-
my
yeah.
grandpa was from Ireland, so we're
Oh,
true
awesome.
to go and so that's when she said Europe, I was like, okay, we'll go to Europe, but Ireland's gonna be
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be very. I know a few people that have gone and they loved it. So that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
so-
I've only been to Mexico in terms of different countries and a cruise to the Caribbean. So that was Jamaica and Grand Cayman. But I've never been to Europe, so I'm super excited.
I'm going to
Awesome.
Yes. I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
sorry. You cut out a little bit. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna make her spread her wings.
Spread her wings. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Very cool.
Little mini me. We're gonna travel.
Yeah. And then
Well,
make sure
I
to
think-
grab her by the elbow and kind of guide her
Well,
around.
but it's gonna be touch and go because when we go to Ireland, my daughter wants to go now. So so that'll be good. She wants to see her because she already went to Japan. Oh my God. You want to talk about a funny trip. Both my kids, because they're Japanese.
Yeah.
So their Baba, which is their grandma, is from Okinawa.
Okay.
So she took my son when he was 13, and they don't go for like a week. They go for like Jess was almost there for a month. Like they go for a
Mhm.
long time because this is her to go see her family and her whole family's from there. So
Right.
she took my son, and my son is, I mean, because the time difference and the food and all, and he was poor baby. He's gonna kill me when he listens to this. He calls me, Mom, I'm dying. You need to come get me. I'm like, okay. I'm on it. I'll be there. I'll see you soon.
At the airport when you come back.
Right? And the food just messed him up.
Yeah.
So then
Oh,
my daughter went when she was
like 5 years ago. I feel
she was in high school.
like. Was it the end of
Wasn't
high school?
she a sophomore, junior? I don't remember.
Or maybe
She was a sophomore.
was she in high school? Or was
Oh
she-
yeah, she was in high school.
Okay, that must have been her junior year. I think her senior year. I don't know.
I don't know.
I remember
Anyway,
when it happened because
she
I was in
went-
the picture.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she goes to Japan. This is the funny part, is because her grandparents know how close we are. She was shocked that I didn't show up. Like her mom was like, I'm waiting for her to be at the airport. I'm like, go enjoy your time with them. But yeah, same thing. She called me and she was like, Mom. And I'm like, dude, and thank God for that, like track your kid thing on your, I was like, just turn right. There's a Starbucks right there. Go get a coffee. We fine.
How long was she there for?
She was there for a long time. That was the longest we've been apart. Yeah. So she was there for a while. She kept telling me I needed to come.
Yeah, that is a long trip. My mom, my dad, my aunt, because I'm half Japanese. My dad's Japanese, and yeah, they went to Japan almost 3 years ago. Wow. And they didn't 2 or 3 weeks, I think. So they didn't go a full month. But yeah, they said the same thing. It's like you feel like the food is super fresh, right? Like, and you feel like your body kind of gets used to it and you feel good, but it's like it's not the same. Like at a certain point, you just want a cheeseburger, you know.
Well, and because my kids don't speak Japanese, which is Abba's fault, because I told her the second that she started watching them, don't speak English to them, just speak Japanese. Teach them. My God, my kids could be bilingual in Japanese. That would be so cool. Oh no, she spoke them. She taught them broken English. It was fantastic, because then I had to break that up. Oh, it was all bad.
Yeah, and Japanese is tough. I took it at Sierra College 2 years. And I was the only Japanese person in the class, and I was by far the worst. the professor was a little Japanese guy. He's looking at me like, he said like, oh, Takimoto. And he saw me last time. He's like, his eyes grew big, like, this is awesome. And then he asked me a question. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. Like there's this like white kid behind me with like long hair reading anime, in full Japanese. Like, well, this is embarrassing.
Yeah. Those are the ones.
Mm-hmm.
My kids, they got nothing. They can speak really good broken English, but that's about it.
And they know the difference between New Mexico and Mexico, so that's good.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, that's good. I feel like we've hit a good point in our relationship here. You told me to shut up. As long as you don't want to stab me in the throat.
Not yet.
We're good.
Watch it.
Okay, she's all talk. It's fine. I've heard that a few times. It's fine.
All right. Well, hey, I'm not as brave as you. I don't want to dance with this this threat. And she's staying at your house too. Good luck, Deb.
I invited her into my home. She's safe. It's fine.
Yeah. I have to protect her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She makes some interesting choices. I always tell her with all of my children, make good choices, but they don't listen. And so then I have to come and protect them.
That might be my favorite thing you've said on this podcast. She makes interesting choices.
Interesting.
This is why I can't travel alone.
No,
I don't know how.
No, we have to make sure she's on a very short leash.
I don't know who let Jamie and I go on that cruise by ourselves.
I don't know, because I didn't know you, that we weren't close then.
Oh, we weren't talking then. Okay.
We had a moment where
a few years ago, my friend Jamie and I, we went on a cruise, just like the girls, just the two of us, to the Caribbean. And I mean, by the grace of God, we didn't get left on an island before the boat took off, because there was a one moment in Grand Cayman where we we did a bunch of excursions that day, and then we ended up on the beach, like literally the restaurant, like the floor is the sand, and it goes right into the ocean, like literally like 20 yards in front, like it's right there. And so we're eating lunch, and we order one drink, and our waiter was this really cute guy, and he like kept bringing us drinks. Oh, try this, it's on me. Try this, it's on me. Long story short, we were just feeling so great by then that we remember signing the bill. Now let me get back to that part. So we signed the bill, and we're like, look, the ocean's right there. And so we had our bathing suits on under our clothes, because we had just gotten done. We just were in the ocean doing stingray holding.
Cool.
So we came back, and so we still had our suits on. So we literally swam in the ocean right there, right in front of the restaurant. We're swimming, we're just whatever. And then we could see the ship in the background, and we were, and thank God, because I think that would reminded us like, oh, we better get back.
Yeah.
We're on a cruise
We're
right
on a
now.
cruise, like, okay, that's the boat. We better get back. So we had our phones in the waterproof cases underwater. So we kept looking at the time anyway. So we decided to start walking out of the water, and the waiter is like walking towards us. And we were like, oh, he's coming back over here. So we were getting excited because, you know, we were like, oh, he's so cute.
What ship?
Oh yeah. And so he's
Yeah.
walking towards us, and, you know, we're just like, hey, like getting out of the water, like, you know, flipping our hair, like, oh, hi, you're back to say hi. And he was a really tall guy, and he had this accent and everything. So it was really cute. So he like literally put his hands on his knees and like bent over at us. And he's like, hey, he's like, so you guys didn't pay. And we were like, what? Yeah, you guys didn't pay. I was like, yeah, no, we signed the bill. He's like, yeah, you signed it. That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't pay.
You didn't do the
That's
rest.
how like.
Oh, you didn't give a card. You
No,
just
we
signed
just signed it. And so it was so embarrassing that Jamie runs and gets her purse and
Oh my
gives it to
gosh.
him. I'm standing there. She left me standing there with him. And I'm like,
Did you
sorry.
flirt?
I just smiled, and I was like, I'm sorry. I said, it's your fault. It's all your fault. And he's laughing. He's being a good sport about it. And then he added, yeah, you know, I saw you guys leave and go in the ocean, and you guys were having so much fun. I didn't want to interrupt, so I just waited. So he literally waited for us to get out of the water. He didn't want to interrupt
Oh
our
my
like,
gosh.
lounging time.
God, that is good.
That's an amazing story. I love how he put his hands on his knees too, like you guys were kids. Like, hey guys.
Exactly. It was-
Excuse me.
The whole time I was like hitting Jamie, like, here he comes. I was like, here he is. He was like,
He totally wants us. He's coming back for us.
a poor guy. Poor guy.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm sure we weren't the first set of girls he had to babysit, you know, with that being, I'm sure.
Probably not.
Yeah. So that was embarrassing. So I don't know why we were allowed to travel alone, Jamie and I.
Yeah.
It's okay. She's going on my next
I was like,
picture.
she'll be on the next one, so it's all good.
Okay, so not only do I love to travel, I am a professional bridesmaid. I've been in 13 weddings.
Oh, good for you.
I know.
All right.
I have so many freaking
Wow.
dresses, and you can never use that shit again. They say that, but they lie. All those brides say, oh, well, you can cut. Bullshit. You never wear a damn dress ever again. $1 million. You spend all this damn money, and they're liars. Anyway, so so my best friend since forever. Oh my God, she's my go-to. She is engaged, and she asked me to be her maid of honor. And I was like, okay, now this was, oh my God, they've been married for a very, very long, I don't even know, 10, 12, something, lots of years.
Yeah.
And so because I'm amazing, I was like, you know what? We're going to do something super fun for your bachelorette party. We're going to go, like, I'm going to figure some shit out.
Yeah.
So I found us, there were, God, I want to say there were like maybe 10 of us. I got us on a cruise for 4 days, the whole bridesmaid party.
Yeah.
And we went to Mexico for 4 days. We did that little booze cruise one that takes you to what, Catalina Island, Ensenada. Yeah, we did that little one.
Nice.
So of course we get on with a bunch of crazy women, and you know, we act like we're Titanic in the front, and we act stupid and have this great, and then we do a scavenger hunt. Oh my God, messing with the humans that get on. But because I'm amazing and I totally planned this, I did it during spring break.
Oh, all right. Okay.
We board the ship, and there's all of us mid-aged women. God, I think we had to be in our 30s, maybe.
We're mid-age. Josh.
Yeah, 30s.
You're mid-age.
I'm old now. My birthday is I'm about to be 40 lots. So I'm not, you guys are mid-age. So we're boarding the ship, and we're like, what's going, like, there was a whole group in all yellow. There was a whole group in all red. And then there were all these chicks, and we're like, huh. Dude, it was a fraternity party that was
Oh, no.
on the cruise. It
Oh,
was
no.
so fun because we were at a bachelorette party, bunch of old people.
Fit right in.
We had
That's
the time of our
amazing.
the yellow shirts were way more fun than the red shirts, and the chicks hated us because we were way more entertaining than them. But we go on this cruise, and we, as soon as we board, we're like, oh my God, this is great. So we, of course, did the scavenger hunt with the yellow shirts. Again, red shirts were not fun, but we made friends with the yellow shirts. And I have a picture, which I just found and I sent to my friend Tammy. One of the guys was dressed as Spider-Man. And I stole his Spider-Man outfit and I ran through the casino acting like I was.
That's why they like you better. You're fun.
It was so
It's
fun.
true.
The best trip. And then we went to Papa's and Beers and we're dancing.
that's a
And
good
have you ever been,
place.
have you don't, oh, poor Josh, we need to teach you how to drink tequila.
Mm.
So we went to Papa's and they do this thing called a tequila shaker.
Yeah.
So they slam tequila in you and then they pick you up and
Oh,
shake you.
no. Oh,
And it's
no.
all bad. It's all bad. So they're doing that to everyone and we're dancing and having a good old time. And I'm looking around, I'm like, where the hell's Tammy? Like she's gone.
Yeah.
And then I look and it's like watching one of those stupid movies, like the Hallmark movies where your friend is like walking up the stairs with a bunch of people. I'm like, what the hell? So I go, I follow her. Now, mind you, I don't have a filter, shocking, and I just don't care. So I'm following her and she's with these big, huge guys. And I'm like, what are you doing? This man, I swear to God, this was before like stealing people and trafficking and all that was a thing. He was like, want to give your friend my Arabian horse. I said, fuck your horse. I'm taking my friend and we're leaving. Like, are you kidding me right now? I was, oh, seriously? What's your damn horse? It's like, whatever. I'm like, what? And she's standing there because again, lit. And I'm like, no, you're not, Tammy, we're going. You're not taking a horse. I don't even know what this is.
Are we sure? Are we sure he was talking about a real horse?
I know. No, he took a picture out of his pocket of his Arabian horse. I said, dude.
I don't know. I just wasn't sure it was like a euphemism. Like, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
grabbed her and we
know.
ran. And I was like,
That's
what
probably a
are
good
we
idea.
doing? And then I was like, oh my God, we totally could have been stolen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They would have given us back because they had to deal with me and then all
Again.
that. Yes.
Yeah. You see, like you said, just like a movie, like the van's like driving up the hill and then you see the brake lights. It's like, no, we'll give them back.
Yeah, reverse, give her back. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
I remind her of that trip. I saved your life.
You
Just
got to
so
be
know.
careful when you're traveling.
People are
Seriously.
crazy. And I was like, you always
Yeah.
stay with the group. What are you doing? She goes, well,
No.
well, what? You're
Yeah.
like 25 pounds wet. Get over here. No, you're not going with some crazy man with a horse.
Yeah.
Horse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, again, I think that's another book you could write, you know, like what not to do.
Lots. And this is, you're just,
We have
getting
different categories of books that we could write.
the stories and they're
Like a box set.
I
You know,
know.
like a
I know.
traveling box set.
I just,
We have dating stories that we have not even
Oh,
touched
God.
upon.
Oh,
That
I have no doubt. No doubt.
I have a friend that is a bookkeeper and I've known her for 20 years. She comes in today and she always reminds me because she does bookkeeping for a bunch of the places that I work at.
Mhm.
She comes in and she looks at me and she goes, I could totally give you shit right now. But just remember that one date you, but I said, you know what? We don't have to always bring it up. Stop. She goes, I'm just reminding you. So yeah, I tend to tell people about my dating stories and they're all bad. And then they blackmail me with them later. So yeah, but she's catching up.
I got some good.
Is that right?
I'm probably good now because I've been, incog and I've been dormant for a while. So she's catching up to my crazy.
Gave her some time to
Oh,
close
it's
that gap. Yeah.
It's good
But
stuff.
We've even talked about jokingly, but not jokingly.
No, we need to.
doing just saying like bloop, our stories. But I'm a teacher, so I gotta be careful about what I say and what the
see,
things
I
that I
have
use.
nothing to be careful
So
about.
yeah, so we've talked
She's
about.
gonna host it, and then I have all my single friends are like, "Oh my god, that would be so fun! Let's sit around. We could drink some wine and tell stories." I was like, "Oh, I've got 20 years worth. We got
Mhm.
good stuff."
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And then you could still bring Deb into it. It's like, hey, I have one friend. You know,
Oh
what I mean,
yeah, remember
not say her name.
She does special.
Yeah. And it seems like it would be a chick podcast, but like even at my work, I would say some of my dating stories just to my female coworkers and because I'm in the PE world. So it's,
Yes.
I work with guys too, and they would just poke their heads around the corner and say, what? And then they would come in and sit down like it's story time and listen to my day. And I'm like, why do you want to listen to this?
Guys
like,
love it more than
women. They're like, what did you just said? Da, 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 da. Like, what do you mean? And I would keep talking. And they're like, wow.
Yeah,
like
guys love the gossip way more than chicks.
Yeah, you guys gossip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, they do.
I don't, but yeah, I do know a couple of guys. Oh no, I probably you asked my wife. I can't do it. I can't do it. But that being said, I know plenty of guys.
Story though, because some of the stuff you're gonna go, what?
Yeah.
Really? What?
Or you're just gonna go like this, Josh. You're just gonna like go.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here we go.
Peace out.
And I'm glad I now am privy to the whole true crime thing because I don't know how I'm alive. I've done some stupid stuff. You
And now you guys
made good choices. I did not.
you guys could have been one of the true crime stories. That would have been.
I don't know how we're lucky that we're not being interviewed on one of these
Right.
podcasts.
So tell me about your story. Yeah.
Yeah. we don't want that.
Yeah. As you can see,
That's awesome.
We could talk for like 5 more hours.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. We can do that for sure. Well, we'll have to do the dating one
No.
on another one.
You
Oh, no.
you
Is that-
did-
I'm sorry. Is that where we draw the line?
I don't know if you're ready for all that, John.
Well, now everybody knows. That's where we draw the line, I guess.
You'll just have to sit there and go, what? Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
What did you do? Good times. We've done some.
That's awesome.
Yeah. God, yes.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
That's amazing. Well, hey, this is like we could be here forever, but we probably should wrap it up because I'm sure you guys have more fun stuff to do tonight. So
She's got to tell me about her dating life.
I got
have
more
none,
stories.
and she's got
See?
stories to tell me. I got nothing.
stuff that's not ready for the air yet. So but before we get out, you said you have a connection suggestion for us.
Yes.
Perfect. Tell us about it.
My Connie, who is sending us on all these amazing trips now. She sent me to Mexico. She's sending us to Europe.
Mhm.
She's sending us to Ireland. She currently is traveling the world. And then, okay, this will be one. I'll come back when I do Belize because
Oh,
you
okay.
go to Belize. You have
Yeah.
to go for 2 weeks. And the first week you go have fun and you eat a bunch of shit and just have a good time. And then the second part of it, you do a fat camp. I'm so down. I was like, what? You do a fat
Really?
camp? And she goes, yeah, you go into the spa and they make you eat healthy and you get to like sweat it all out. And I'm like, okay, I'm down. So that one's coming up too. So I'll fill you in. But
I love that.
it's called, it's amazing. Wouldn't that
Can't
be fun?
believe.
it's an amazing concept. Yeah, for sure.
Eat and then get skinny. I'm down. I totally can do it. I'm game.
I'm ready for stories from that one for sure.
Right?
I need to hear
Okay.
those.
So this is it's called Ships and Trips, and she has an Instagram. She has Facebook.
Let me see what the exact Instagram
it's
is.
called
Is it just
Ships and Trips.
That's it.
Yep, and it's Connie, and she's amazing. And yeah, if you ever want to go,
It's Ships and Trips Travel on
Oh.
Instagram, technically, but Ships and Trips Travel.
Ships and Trips
Yeah.
Travel. Her name's Connie, and she
Perfect.
sends me on great trips. And
Paula.
oh my God, she's so reasonable, and she makes it worth like our trip to Mexico that we just did. I told her, I need to get out of here. I need to just decompress. I'm tired of COVID. I'm just done. Get me out of here. And Jen was like, I'm going with you. And I mean, within 2 days, she had we had got to the airport. They shuttled us. They took care we had this concierge. I don't even know what that was. She did everything for us. We were in the middle of a hurricane. They made sure that we were safe, which of course we weren't because we had to go out and watch it.
Sure.
It was so cool. We're those chicks that open the door and go, oh my God, like you got to see the whole, it was so cool. That was me. But
Yeah.
I mean, she just said it all. She's amazing. So that is definitely, if you want to travel, she's the one. She will set it
She's
up
the
and
one.
she does everything. And all you have to do, she gives you a packet and you just show up and you give the person and they take care of you. It's amazing.
Perfect. So everybody go follow Ships and Travel for sure. Go check that out.
Ships and trips travel.
That's what I meant. Don't listen to me. Listen to what they said earlier. All I know is we followed them. I followed them, so we're good. We'll tag them. It'll be fine. So,
Okay.
Do you want to put your social media out there, Nicole?
No, you'll see her if you following, if our listeners follow us, they'll see you.
You'll see me pop in, but yeah,
They'll see.
you don't follow me. It's a shit show.
I had a feeling that was gonna be your answer. I'm like, I'll toss it out there anyways. Yeah. Deb, where can they follow us?
You guys can follow us on Instagram at Connectable Podcast, and then Twitter at Connectable Pod, and then we're on YouTube and Facebook too.
Yep. Nicole, this was a ton of fun. Thank you so much for sharing the stories. Thank you for making sure that Deb didn't move the mic. That was awesome.
Oh my!
Right?
I gotta
doesn't
get
have one.
I gotta get a connector adapter plug for my mic because my new MacBook does not like the
She's
USB.
also, she still has the books though, but we don't have the
Twilight books
crazy
are still
mic
here.
that covers her face and her eyes the whole time that she's on it.
I know. And she always tips it over too. You know what I mean? She knocks stuff over.
I talk with my hands.
The
and
whole
I
thing.
just-
I talk with my hands too.
Never
I'm just
passed
saying.
all that.
I know. So anytime, hey, Nicole, I'm just gonna say this final thing. Anytime you want to take over for her, just let me know.
I am down. You let me know.
No hesitation. I'm like,
Stop talking.
Again,
though.
I'll just
I
be
apologize.
I'll be on my couch watching TV.
and we'll still talk about you while you're there.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
We have
You'll
to.
just hear me shout things in the background. every
She's
once in a while.
entertainment.
We'll just mute you. It's like, yeah, she's fine. Just yeah. So, well, Deb, you have anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Just she'll be back. She'll be back on. We haven't even I just have to say that, I mean, this is why I love her friendship. We could talk for hours. So everything you guys just heard is a genuine, you guys, that's what we talk about.
This is our friendship.
I love
And
it.
we go places and people look at us like, good Lord.
Because
do
we're
they
laughing
ever
and
stop?
yelling
It's
and
constant.
we're really loud.
Yeah.
For Josh, probably have to adjust the audio on
I
this
know.
one.
Sorry.
No. No, not at all.
Trivia is even better.
Mm-mm.
We do trivia and it gets all bad. So yes, we
Yeah.
definitely have a good time.
We are a circus.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what life's for, right? You guys enjoy each other.
You only live once. You have to live it to the fullest. And we definitely
Yeah.
take that to heart.
That's where we're going to end it. We're going to end it right there with that thought. Nicole, again, thank you so much. And we will see you guys later.
Thank
Okay.
you, Josh.
Please.
Thanks for watching the show. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you like it, share it, and hit the subscribe button to get a new episode every week. We'll see you next time on the Connectable Podcast.